everybody. Hello and good morning. If you can hear me, do let me know in the comment section and let's wait for a few seconds so that others could join us, all right?
Hey, it's that mama five, living life, feeling alive. From kids to culture, news to tea. Real talk, real life, come vibe with me. That mama five, she's got the vibe, yeah. Oh, 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 Yo, watching that Mama 5, where real stories meet real life. Hey, it's that Mama 5, living life, feeling alive. From kids to culture, news to tea. Real talk, real life, come vibe with me. That Mama 5, she's got the vibe, yeah. Oh, 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 oh,
Okay, hello everybody. Good morning and happy Thursday to you all. How are you all doing? I hope this week has been a great one for you all. And yes, it's almost the end of the week and the weekend is just around the corner. And I hope you all are doing great. Anyway, guys, as you come in, please like and share. I really appreciate it because everything from Nigeria is always a case of they are always suppressing the media when they've already messed up and stuff like that. So if you guys remember, there was a video, I believe I dropped a video yesterday which I'm actually going to play with you guys now. It was a video of Baba Tinubu when, I mean, obviously he was in Turkey and he fell. So while he was in Turkey, obviously when that video came out, people said, "Oh, it was AI and stuff like that." And I was like, you know what? This case now that this time that everything in Nigeria is AI. Hello Steven. Everything out of Nigeria nowadays is AI. So I'm going to play that video here that I dropped yesterday. If any of you have not seen it, let's just play a few minutes of it so that you guys will know where I am coming from. So I did react tech to that video, and yes, so let's just watch that video together for a few seconds and then we shall proceed to today's topic because apparently Nigerian government they are already raving mad as it is. I don't even know how to skip this video on my page now, but let's see. Okay. Right. So I don't even know what page I'm watching this from. Or okay. So let me unmute.
Hello everybody, welcome back again to my channel. It's that 1.5, also known as Table 5 card. Go guys, go and shop my business. I'm actually at the car park at work today, and just as I was about to get into the car, I saw this video.
So the video on your screen that you're watching now was my reaction to the video of him falling, okay?
Of Baba Tinubu, the whole president of Nigeria, falling. Guys, watch the video yourself. So it's not as if, hey, where did you see that video? Watch.
So you guys saw that video of him falling and Pansas, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name well. You said I should have tabled that question before late Buhari, who banned Nigeria from social media. Lots of politicians are paying podcasters and YouTube channels to degrade Nigeria. You know what? Nobody needs to be paid, because whoever is actually of the opinion that podcasters or YouTubers are being paid to degrade Nigeria, then that person's mind is blocked. Because if you, as a Nigerian, seeing everything happening in Nigeria right now, and you think Nigeria should be applauded, or you think the government should be applauded, then you are delusioned. Then there's something wrong with your thinking. Nobody needs to pay anybody to degrade Nigeria. Nobody needs to be paid, because people can tell what is freaking happening in Nigeria right now. The way the government is running the country. It's not even about who banned a social media or not, but that opinion of yours, you allowed it, but I don't agree with you. And if there are YouTubers that are being paid, that is going to be their karma, because they have relatives at some point. Whatever that is biting, that is wrong in Nigeria right now, is going to come to them. It's definitely going to come to them. So I am not part of those that have been paid. I am Nigerian, born and bred in Lagos, Nigeria. And I've often said here that the Nigeria of today was nothing compared to when I was age 10, was nothing compared to, I was 19 years old when I left Nigeria. So it was nothing compared to what I experienced up until the age of 19 when I left Nigeria. So if you believe that YouTubers are being paid to degrade Nigeria, like, there's nothing to be paid for. Like, you don't need to be paid to degrade Nigeria, because the story coming out from Nigeria is enough to tell the story of how Nigeria is. Should we cite example of the recent buying of Christians? Even before Prophet Ezekiel came out with it, all of these buyings have been happening. Did your government come out to address these things? No, because they've suddenly got used. They are suddenly comfortable with people dying every day without investigating what happened. In diaspora, if anybody dies, that death is investigated. Not to talk of the multiple deaths happening in so many places in Nigeria, and your country, your government do not give a fuck about it. Last year, or the year before last year, a close friend of mine passed away at home. She passed away at home. The police were the first person that arrived. It was not as if maybe there was violence or anything. She was sick, went to hospital, she was discharged home. A few weeks later, she passed away. The police came to her house because they have to investigate if that death was natural, or if it was caused, or what was the reason behind the death. If it is until after the police investigate that death and they are certain with how she died, that is the only time they will issue a death certificate. If they have any reason to believe that her death was unnatural or something did not contribute to her death, they would not issue a death certificate. So you telling me now that they are degrading? I don't give a damn if they are being paid, but I am not one of those people. I am not one of those people that have been paid. In as much as I love my country, Nigeria, I will not hide the fact that Nigeria is in shambles right now. Is it education? Is it the healthcare? Nigerian government has no functional healthcare system for the poorest Nigerian in Nigeria. Is that not enough? Is that not enough to let us know what Nigeria is all about today? Education. You go to some of the local primary schools that government is meant to be funding. They have roof leaking. They don't have chairs in their classrooms. And you're telling me, please don't get me started. I could go on and on and on and on and on. I could go on and on and on. Okay? Yeah, who cares? Nobody cares why Tinubu fell. But why are they suppressing people from talking about it? When Joe Biden was entering his private jet, he missed a step. The media in US spoke about it. Can you tell me how many media houses were locked down? Or how many media houses were invited by the DSS or were invited by Interpol or whatever? Can you tell me when who else said Barack Obama missed a step when he was entering one of his private jets? Trump has had his own fall. Multiple powerful presidents of other countries has missed a step, and their media houses, content creators spoke about it. Can you freaking tell me how many of those content creators who spoke about those fall were invited by police? Passion, whatever, go get it. You are the one that needs to go get a life. I will leave you here to start rambling because your brain is blocked. Your brain is definitely blocked. Steven, you are right. You need your brain check. You need a brain surgery. Your father is a sorry ass father. I don't even think you know your father, because if you know your father, you will not open your gutter of a mouth and speak to my. You have a sorry ass absent father. And we know your type. So get the fuck. You're not invited. You're not wanted here. You're not wanted here. So guys, let's keep watching my reaction to the video of him falling, okay?
So you guys saw the video of the president of Nigeria, the number one of Nigeria, falling while he was on a trip in Turkey. And by the way, why is Baba wearing that kind of coat? Because I believe Turkey, by this time of the year, is hot. Because in June, it was about 29, 30 degrees. So guys, let me know what the temperature in Turkey is right now. Because why is Baba dressed like that? As if he was going to Canada, because I know that in Canada now, snow is wiring them. So you saw that video of Baba Kurumbu falling,
Mr.
and
Stanley,
then
good
I saw
morning.
a press or a news channel, a Nigerian news channel,
Welcome, Mr.
asserting
Sunday.
that it did not fall, that it was an AI. You know what? Everything that happens in Nigeria right now is AI. Only God know why they invented or they allow AI to work in Nigeria,
Abby.
because we saw it, Ojikoroju, different angles. I will try and put other angles in this video for you guys. They said Baba Tinubu.
Abby, Humpty Dumpty fell now. Abby, you remember that rhyme? Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, and all. Yes. Welcome, Abby. How are you today?
Fell, and it was AI. So, truth be told, how old is President Tinubu? President Tinubu, let me check. Oh, I'm not sure, because he's not.
Abby, I have answered off emo. I just saw a post this morning because they are actually picking up people who actually reacted to him falling, and that was what prompted this live stream this morning. So we're going to get to the video of one of them that has been invited by police. But I just want us to play this my reaction so that people will understand. Obviously, people, we should our media should not be suppressed. Yes, Barack Obama missed a step. Media houses spoke about it. Nobody was arrested. Trump, the mighty Trump, missed a step. Nobody spoke about it. We have seen where Trump was dancing like a whatever, where he was sleeping, all of that. The media spoke about it. Can you tell me how many of those media houses were shut down or invited by Interpol or FBI? None of them. But in Nigeria, Baba Tinubu, that's not the first time he fell. And now they're starting to round up people saying that, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, honestly, guys, I'm going to leave you guys to watch this video, okay?
Let me ask Google how old is Baba Tinubu. So let me see. Oh,
good morning, everybody.
Tinubu.
Welcome.
So according to Google, it said Baba Tinubu is 73 years old, and a 73-year-old in Nigeria. I've seen some 73-year-old who still look as if they're like 50 in their 60s. My dad is 75, and if you see my dad's gait and how he walks, you will say, no, this man is not 75. So it's all right if his mobility, I would imagine that his mobility has maybe decreased in the past few years as compared to what it is right now. And I think somebody should advise Baba Tinubu to try and lose weight. Yes, he should try and lose weight, because at his age, 73, I think he's a bit overweight, allegedly. This is me speaking out loud. I think he's a bit overweight, because I would imagine if he loses a little bit of weight, his mobility will be a bit better. But then again, I think it's not a shame if he actually works with something to aid his mobility, such as working with a walking stick. The likes of Akpabio is not even as old as Baba Tinubu, and he works with a walking stick. Or maybe they should get a walker. I'll put a picture here that care homes, elderly people use here in the UK. Baba can use that one, but because he's our president, they might be able to make a gold encrusted one in green, white, green for him, so that it doesn't look like, how can our president be working with a cheap frame? So it could either start working with a walking stick, and there's some walking stick that has a arm like this. So this something like this is the bottom, so that as he's walking, he has a good balance. Because it's a shame, to me, it's a shame to see that a whole president of Nigeria was walking and he fell. And then we now start seeing press trying to debunk that Baba did not fall, that it was AI. AI do you something there. Like I said, truth be told, is 73, and I know we all have different body composition and all of that, but I think Baba should start with something to help his walking. And those of you that are saying that it is AI, may God help you. Everything now is AI. AI, but me as a nurse, as somebody that has worked with older people before, I am recommending that Baba Tinubu be given a working frame.
And also, I am actually available for his service as long as they are able to pay me in pounds. And I'm going to be his health advisor to make sure that he's losing weight the right way, he's eating the right meals. I am available. I will be his personal healthcare assistant. Okay, as long as he's willing, as long as they are able to pay me in pounds, I will. I am available. I mean, this is my CV. This is my CV. He needs, and in fact, he's even lucky those times that he has actually fall. When aged people fall, they either break something. He must be very, very lucky. This is not the first time he's had a fall. I think this is about the second time he's actually had a fall. And for the fact that he's had those fall and he was able to come out, he never break in hip, he never break in femur. Hence the more reason why he should lose weight and he should also get something to help him mobilize better. So let's keep listening. Mr. Sunday, I am just advising because I love him so much. And that Mumu that was telling me earlier on that why not people are not laughing at him, because in this video that I made, this is me saying that okay, he needs to get something to balance his movement, because like I said, this is not the first time he's had a fall. And President Trump had a fall, Obama did, Joe Biden had a fall. People reported it. There was no wala, but everything with Nigeria is always an issue. And then that Mongo Park that came earlier on was saying that what was he saying earlier, that content creators are being paid? Nobody needs to pay anybody to tell what is happening in Nigeria, because the stories coming out of Nigeria is enough to tell the state of Nigeria. Let's keep listening, and then I will share the video of one person that has been invited by the police,
or a steady, something to help him, or a worker, something to help him.
I love him, Ohabi.
Maneuver, because one of those falls will happen, and Baba will not get up. I am not praying so. But guys, let me know what your thoughts and opinion are in regards to that video. Do you actually think it is AI, or is a true replication, or is a true video that Baba actually fall? Because Baba is in Turkey. Yeah, Turkey. And also, why is Baba in coats like that? Like, guys, let me know. Let me know what the temperature is. In fact, let me Google what the temperature is in Turkey right now. Temperature in, hey Google.
I love him so much.
What is the temperature in Turkey today?
Abby, I'm an advisor. I'm giving them free advice now. Mr. Sunday, leave me alone. Abby, I love you.
It says it's 3 degrees. So it's possible that it's cold. Yeah, it's cold. No wonder Baba is wearing coat. But still with that, Baba should, let them get working frame for Baba. So it's apparently, so it's always cold in Turkey at this time of the year. Wow.
I need to go to Turkey.
So when I went in June, it was about almost 30 degrees, almost like the same weather in Nigeria. Wow. So this time of the year is freezing cold. Anyway, guys, let me know what your thoughts and opinion are. Did Baba Tinubu actually fall, or it is AI? Guys, let me know what your thoughts and opinion are in the comment section. And if you've watched this video till now, I mean good, I mean good, and I mean well. Let me know what.
So that's that about that video. Now let me share my screen, because apparently Comedy Deeone also reacted, and let's watch his reaction, because he has been invited by the Nigerian police to come answer some questions. So let me share my screen with you to listen to Deeone's reaction to that fall. Okay, so I'm just about to open that page up. So this is Deeone's reaction.
Nigerians, I know that after this video, many of you will.
So this is the reaction of Deeone to that video. Okay,
insult me, but I will say the truth. General Sani Abacha was our head of state. While he was in office, the #1 man in Nigeria as at that time, we buried him. President Yaradua, while he was in office, we buried him. President Buhari, while he was in office, he was a living corpse. It wasn't long after he left office, we buried him. The first time President Bola Ahmed Tinubu fell at the Eagle Square, they said it was a mistake.
The World Cup is full.
That thing was on national television. Today, he has fallen on international media. They are saying again that it is a mistake. Anybody can fall. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you have tried. You are a hero as far as I'm concerned. But please, go and rest. APC, you cannot tell me that you don't have any other person apart from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Please, tell our dear president to go and rest. I know that many of you will insult me. Many of you that are benefiting from this government will insult me, will call me names. Many of you will say that I'm insulting the president. I am not insulting the president.
No insult.
If not because I don't want to call names, I will call on Seyi Tinubu to tell his dad, his father, to go and rest. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has made a name. He has done well for Nigeria.
Are you sure?
He has made money. Let him take a break and go and rest. APC, look for another person. APC administration, in my own view, has done well. But President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should go and rest. Everywhere good, my people. Deeone here.
Shalom.
Shalom.
So that was wow. That was a reaction of Deeone to that video of Baba Tinubu circulating that he fell. And as you heard, like for me, when people who are of that age, if they fall, here in diaspora, if you see old people, small fall like this, they fracture their femur. They will either fracture a wrist or something. And as an aged person, if you are starting to fracture bones, they can never be the same again. So if this Baba really wants to live into the 100, because people are saying that no, he's older than 72 allegedly. When I asked Google yesterday, Google said he's 72. I've just gone to go and check my page on Instagram because I posted my reaction there. And people are like, no, he's older than that allegedly. Regardless, Baba is an elderly person, okay? So he should be very, very conscious of the fact that there might be a time he will fall. Like I said, he will fall and he will not, that fall will lead to something else. So apparently that was the video that Deeone made. And then I woke up this morning and Deeone said he has been summoned by the Nigerian police. And this is his reaction. So his caption says, Nigerian police, I did not say anything bad about the president or his son. I only heard my view as a good citizen of Nigeria. So now he also himself is not sure as to why he has been summoned, but then he has been doing other videos. He's never been summoned. So here he read the letter that he was used to invite him. Hence why I titled it and said that should our opinion, should our freedom of speech be actually be suppressed? Because if with what is going on in Nigeria right now, as a Nigerian, if you tell me you are happy with what is going on in Nigeria, then Nigeria has not reached your side. Nigeria has not reached your side. If you're telling me that Nigeria is good, like no functional healthcare system. Look at what happened to Chairman that Nigerian writer's son. Look at what happened to her. There was another video of a man who took his wife to an hospital, and the doctor or doing surgery, they left a bloody scissors inside her. And I'm like, how the freaking hell did that even happen? Hence why I said also that people are buying every day in Nigeria. Our government they are used to the news of people buying every day. And I cited an example of a friend of mine who passed away 2 years ago. She passed away at home after surgery. So a few weeks after surgery. So I don't know, apparently, because normally when somebody passes away, they will conduct an autopsy. And it's up to the family to decide if they want an autopsy or not. In our own case, I'm not sure if an autopsy was performed. But then the police were the first person that was called. And if the police have to investigate that death. If they realize that, it's a normal death, there's no suspicion, they will issue a death certificate and that's that. But if they have every reason to believe that death was not natural or there are things contributing that needs to investigate, they're not going to issue a death certificate until they find out they are certain that this death was not caused by something or by somebody. But in Nigeria, people are so comfortable with people buying that government is just doing as they like. And one mumu was saying that YouTubers are being paid. Me, I've never collected money from anybody to speak ill of Nigeria because, like I said, Nigeria is a book on its own. But let's listen to Deeone's reaction.
Dear Nigerians, the Nigerian police force has invited me, and I'm going to read the content of the letter to you. The Commissioner of Police, the Nigerian Police Force, Force Intelligence Department, FID, Lagos Annex, Kensalem House, Obalende, Lagos.
Yes, so it's wicked.
Adeombi Adedayo, aka Deeone. letter of invitation. This office is conducting an inquiry in which there is a reasonable ground to invite you for a routine interview. Number 2, it is a fact-finding invitation, and you are requested to interview the Commissioner of Police through
fact finding. What fact are they looking for? According to him, what fact are they looking for? Fact finding.
the OCCIOS team, venue FID Annex Office, Ken Salem House, Obalinde, Lagos. Thanks for your cooperation. Signed, the Commissioner of Police, Force Intelligence Department, Annex Obalinde, Lagos, CP Akaniniyeni Ezima, Commissioner of Police, FID, FHQ, Annex, Lagos. Now, to the Inspector General of Police, sir, Mr. Kayode Egbetokun, I saw something strange that happened in Turkey and that involved our president, our dear president, and I aired my view as a normal Nigerian. If it is about my video yesterday, because I've had a lot of calls, a lot of people have said different things. Deeone is cyberbullying. You should have mentioned the president's son. You should have talked about the president. You know, some people have said, oh, something happened. Somebody involved your name. They want to use you to find somebody.
So just like I said that when Joe Biden had a misstep entering that flight, the news media reacted to it. In fact, it was on news media for a few days. How many news media did we hear were rounded up by FBI? When when Trump also had all of his own shenanigans and sleeping, all of that. You all know the American media, they could be cruel. They did so many memes with it. How many of those channels or how many of those bloggers or content creators were rounded up by FBI? When who again had a misstep? What president? Is it the France or French president also had his own misstep? It was spoken about widely. How many of those who reported that story or reacted to it, how many of them were rounded up, or how many of them were invited by police to come say they want to use them for fact finding? But everything in Nigeria is always different. They suppress opinion. They don't want you to have anything to say. Like how? A government that does not listen to its people, how are you going to be successful? Because you are paid to be in government. You are paid to work for the people of Nigeria. So if you're doing something and the people you're supposed to be governing are telling you that what you're doing is not going down well with the people, tell me how you want to survive. Tell me how you want to be successful. Because the voice that should help you shape your governance better, you are almost shutting them off. It's only Nigerian government that doesn't listen to its people, allegedly. You talk now, they will round you up. You talk now, they will carry JSS to come and arrest you in your house at 4 a.m. in the morning, allegedly. How is that a possible functional effing government that listens to its people? Because at the end of the day, the government, everybody that is serving in the arm of government, you are meant to work for the most poorest. You are meant to work for every single Nigerian citizen, not for you to oppress them because you have power for being in the office. Like, I don't freaking understand. It's like they have this power to suppress people, to make people bow at their feet. That is not what governance is. I've mentioned here in the UK several times where people in the UK are complaining about the fact that migrants are coming in, asylum seekers are being put in hotel. People are protesting. The UK police are protecting people, protesting against the government for allowing immigrants and allowing the asylum seekers to come in. But the government has no choice. Like I said, police officers are guiding and protecting people who are protesting on the street in the UK because they await them that duty. They are not saying, oh yeah, all of you enter your house. You're not supposed to protest because it's their right to do so and they deserve to be protected. You will see police officers stopping cars on the road to allow people who are protesting against the government. It's because it is their effing right to do so. Do that in Nigeria, they will open tear gas on you. Lekki Toll Gate, people have not forgotten. What happened during the time when they arrested VDM? All of those things, it is when Nigerians are acting out based on how they've been treated by the government. That is when Nigerian police will showcase all of their mighty armors, all of their army trucks, all of the amount of police officers they have in Nigeria. But when this is go and fight terrorists in the bush, that is when they will say they don't have weapon. That is when they will say they don't have enough army. That's when they'll say they don't have enough army. But when people are putting the opinion out there to say, no, your government is actually not doing the right thing, that is when they'll start using their power. Go and arrest people at 4 a.m. in the morning. Let's keep listening.
Different things. But if it's about my video yesterday, I do not regret it.
Okay, Abby, thank you so much.
And I don't think I have done anything wrong or said anything wrong.
No, you've not.
I will not apologize if it is about my video yesterday. As a good citizen of Nigeria, on Monday, by God's grace, I'm going to honor this invitation and I'll be there at Ken Salem House, Obalende.
And I mean, yes, you have to honor it, and I will advise you, go well with your lawyers. Don't go alone, because Nigerian police, I don't trust them from here to there. In fact, I'm going to be doing another live stream as to why is there a lot of begging in Nigeria. A lot by everybody, they beg. So, Deeone, yes, you have to honor because you've been invited. And I love the process they've gone through. I love the process that he's been invited. And I love the fact that he's going to, honor the invites. Unlike the likes of Mercy Johnson, who is using police to arrest people. And yes, like I said, I'm still going to come to her case. I have some things I agree with a video that she made. And there are some things I do not agree with. And yes, I'm going to be doing our own video. I think I'm going to do it on the live stream because I have a lot to say. So you can summon people if you think they've defamed you or whatever it is that you think they've done against you. Don't use the fact that you have a fucking husband who is in the army or in the arm of government or who is in a status quo, whatever, in your Edo, whatever, and you're not using that to suppress people. Invite them normally. Write them a police letter to invite them to the police to come defend what they said about you. But don't go and be freaking arresting them at 4 a.m., 2 a.m. in the morning because you believe they defamed you. That is abuse of power. And the police officer that are actually going to arrest people when you've not actually served them a letter to invite them to come hear their case, it's wrong. So in this case, I love the fact that they've sent Deeone a letter inviting him. And as normal, as you, if you want to be a well-abiding citizen, yes, you honor that letter and you go with your lawyer before they make you write statement where they say no be your own, allegedly. Before they coerce you into writing a statement where they say no be you write them, allegedly, because we've heard stories like that where where people have been coerced into writing or changing their statement allegedly when that was not exactly what happened. So yes, I love the fact that he said he's going to honor the invitation. And my advice, go with your lawyer. Let's keep.
I will keep Nigerians posted on everything pertaining to this invitation. Everywhere good, my people. Everywhere good. Deeone here. Shalom.
So that was Deeone's reaction there. And I was so pissed this morning when I saw that post. And I was like, if it was because of, just like he said now, if it was because of him reacting to Baba Tinubu, then this government is not willing and will never be ready to work for the people of Nigeria. There's a lot of things going on in Nigeria nowadays that has been going on in the past, how many years? In the past 5 years. People are suffering, people are dying, medical negligences everywhere. Nobody today. Hence why I think I'm going to address that chairman that case here. So apparently, when that case happened, she sued the hospital involved because apparently I did make a video about that. How can you sedate a child that came in sick? How can you sedate such child? And there was no monitoring. You sedate a child with a propofol, and like propofol, it's it's like even people, adults who have been put to sleep by propofol. Propofol is a very, very strong, sleeping whatever. If you are being induced into sleep, and medication will be used to rouse you to wake you up, and then a young child was brought into hospital sick already, and then you have to sedate the child because apparently they need to do whatever they need to do an MRI, and yes, when they do that MRI, it's like a cubicle. It's like a cubicle where I've had an MRI done before, and I must tell you guys, I felt as if I was being locked away from the world because at some point I felt very, very terrified of being in that small space. And the MRI scan was for, I think it was about 10 minutes. And it depends on what kind of MRI you're having done. I remember before I had my gallbladder surgery, I had to go do an MRI of the abdomen. And they had to put me in the MRI scanning machine from head to toe. I was lying flat and I was put in there. And I felt like, oh my God, I felt as if my world, I was shut out. not stock of a child. So I understand that they had to sedate the child, but then you sedate the child, there was no monitoring, no nothing. That child passed away, apparently. Yes. And she sued the hospital, which is normal to do. However, I was surprised that the government now came up and say, oh, they are doing this, they're coming up with a reform. Meanwhile, so many deaths like that has happened. There's been hundreds of medical negligences by hospitals, by doctors, and the Nigerian government or the Lagos State government did not think, oh, let's step into this case. And I cited a good example of that guy called whose wife died because the hospital where he took her to, they allegedly refused to treat her because they were not able to pay a balance. Yes, the hospital came out and said that was a lie, that was not happened. At some point, with so many news channels reposting that guy's video, the Lagos State said they were going to investigate. What came out of that investigation? I don't think I've seen anything that came out of that investigation. This man has Bakamo now, raising 2 daughters on his own. His wife and their unborn child died. And there's been many more medical negligences of cases that has happened, which you would think that, oh, it should be investigated. The Lagos State government should step in. But no. Why did they decide to do a medical reform or decide that they're going to do an investigation because it happened to somebody they know that she will use a pen to ruin the entire Nigeria? Why come out and say, oh, we now want an health reform in Nigeria? There's not even a health facility or health reform in Nigeria. Talk more, say you want to review it. So many deaths that has happened in hospitals. How many of those deaths has been reviewed? How many? Not quite long while this case of Chiamanda's case was going on, a man came out. A man who took his twin children to go take vaccination. I think he took those twin kids on the 24th of December to go take vaccination, only for those kids to pass on a few days later. What happened? And then I saw the post. I think I saved it, but I can't find it now because I don't want to spend long. I'm going another 4 minutes here before I round up this live stream. Only for them to find out that the person, the healthcare assistant who actually gave those kids those vaccination, is not even licensed. Is not even qualified enough to give babies immunization. And you would have thought that guy has been, completely. He's been. And let me see if I can find the video. Actually, bear with me, guys. Let me find that video for you, I can have enough context. I'm going to play a couple of. I'm just going to play some music.
Yo, watch out that Mama 5. Where real stories meet real life.
Hey, it's that Mama 5, living life, feeling alive. From kids to culture, news to tea. Real talk, real life. Come vibe with me.
Let me share my screen with you.
She's got the vibe, yeah.
Okay, so I found the image of the guy whose twin boys passed away after getting immunization for them. So let me go and see the video where he was explaining what happened.
Good morning, everybody.
So this is the guy.
Please, for people that are saying and asking me, where is the health center? The health center is at Ajambadi, and it is Ajambadi Primary Health Center, Ojo Local Government, Lagos State. And it happened that the immunization was conducted on 24th of December in the morning. And in the
let me quickly read the caption. The caption said, "My wife and I took our twin boys for immunization at Ajangba, the Primary Health Center in Lagos State, on December 24. After they were injected, they became extremely weak and developed high temperature. So normally, even here in the UK, before you take your baby for immunization, they will ask you to give them paracetamol or something before you bring them in. So because they would normally run temperature afterwards. I've raised 5 children. I've had 5 babies. So I know when it comes to immunizing kids. And I don't blame some parents who refuse immunization for their children. I don't blame them. But for mine, I decided to take all of my kids, all of them. They all had all of that immunizations. In fact, there's a book that recorded all immunizations they've had. Okay, so it continued. The nurse advised us to give them paracetamol if the temperature increased at home, which is what they will tell you here as well, which we did. We also used cold water to bath them in an attempt to reduce the fever. See, that was it. When they started having fever, they shouldn't have kept those kids at home. They should have taken them straight back to the hospital. Sadly, in the early hours of December 25, they became very weak and passed away. I am seeking justice for my twin. So he's been saying this story before the case of Chiamanda happened. Continue watching.
Morning 25th of December, they died. And on that 24th, after the injection, they were very weak. And I gave them paracetamol. Because the nurse say if the temperature continue, that I should give them paracetamol. I and my wife, after we left the health center, we went home and we gave the two of them paracetamol, which the paracetamol didn't solve anything. We even bathed them. My wife bathed them cold water. So after that, they died on 25th morning. The two of them died the same time.
Oh my God.
And the worst part of it is they drug weak, two of them, to the extent they can't talk, they can't eat, they can't play as usual. Like they can't disturb as they used to do, So anybody coming here to say immunization is not easy is a lie. Before you give your child or before you go for immunization, try to know what they are giving to your child, because
Exactly.
I guess maybe
Exactly. And I saw a post from a lady also that says that when people go to the pharmacy to buy medication, that they don't write the name of the medication on the package they are giving to them. Like, how can you, a learned person, go to the hospital with a prescription? I would imagine that the doctor that gave you a prescription, there's a name of the medication on it. Or, like, I can't remember how she put the video. Maybe she said that the medication they give them in hospital, that they don't write the name of the medication on the pack. And I think I've actually witnessed, I remembered when the last time I was sick in Nigeria before I traveled, it was a hospital called St. Dominic's Hospital in Yaba. I remember the last time I went there, I was given some medication. And that pack, that nylon that they normally put medication, the name of the tablet I was given was not written on it. So why shouldn't I not know the name of the medication you're giving to me? Why should the name not be written on the pack? Is it that once I finish using it, I should not be able to go and buy it elsewhere? So I will try and find that lady's video as well, where she spoke extensively about it, that why would hospitals give a patient medication and you're not putting the name of the medication on the pack you're giving to them? Make it make sense.
this is overdose or it is fake drugs. Because you can't tell me my child that is not sick, that is strong and sound, then going to immunization and coming back, they are dead. Not even my child, since when I born my pikin, the highest sickness so far is maybe they get fever or something, like maybe I'll just give them paracetamol. Okay, everything will just calm down. My children are too strong like me. If you look me, I'm just 30. But I'm strong. I'm too young. If I tell you I've given birth, you will not know, say.
Nobody carry belly.
I have a nice stature and a nice nature.
Uncle, nobody carry the belly, so you are expected to keep your body shape or whatever.
But like, I'm just confused.
So that's that. Let me see. Apparently there's a I think the UK, I mean not the UK government, the Lagos State government said they were going to investigate the case as well. I'm trying to find that post and all. So he's been posting this story for a few days before that's the post before the Lagos State government now said, I hope you guys can see on the screen here where the Lagos State orders post-mortem after 9-month-old twin baby. So on a normal day, if this happens in the UK, they would carry out an autopsy on those kids to figure out what actually led to their deaths. Because I just saw a post there where somebody said that, that bathing somebody who is running a temperature could cause cardiac arrest. We have not read about that, so I can't say if it is true or not. But these are babies who are healthy, we don't know if they had any underlying health condition or anything like that. And yes, like I said, in the UK, if a child runs a temperature after immunization, you'll be asked to give them paracetamol and wear them less clothing. Even though it's cold in the UK, it depends on the type of weather. If they're home, they will tell you not to wrap them up. If they've had an immunization, let them put them in an outfit that is very, very easy. That don't just wrap them up because they've had immunization. So in this case, if such happens in the UK, the medication, they will have to, carry out research on that medication to be sure, is it expired? What's inside of it that could have, caused what happened? They will contact the producer, to the manufacturer of that medication, to see if there's been any recall, if there's been any things that has changed about that medication. All of that will be done. The person who administered the medication would also be interviewed or investigated. Are they qualified enough to have given that medication? What was the procedure they took? Was the medication applied at the right place? If now the baby leg, they're supposed to apply them, would the person who applied the medication give it on their leg, on their thigh, or in their buttocks, or in their arm? So if, like BCG, they will give you BCG on your arm. So I've not seen anywhere else that BCG is being given. I've not seen them giving you BCG injection on your buttocks or your thigh. It's always been your left arm. So they will investigate where the medication was being given. Is the person who gave the medication, are they qualified to administer that medication? And also, what happened afterwards? What advice was given to the parents? And obviously, they will investigate the parents as well. And in all of this, for them to have definite answer to what actually led to the death of those kids, they will carry out an autopsy or whatever to find out what happened. Maybe there was something that the kids already have underlying that the parents are not aware of that could have made that immunization, the way it was on them. At least they will find out. But Nigeria, at least I'm happy that they came out. So it says here that Lagos ordered postmortem after 9-month-old twins died following routine immunization. And the caption says here that the Lagos state government has ordered a postmortem examination on 9-month-old identical twins, Testimony and Timothy Aloze, who reportedly died about 24 hours after receiving routine immunization at a primary health care center in the state. The death drew public attention after the twin father Samuel posted on video, blah 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 blah, in the follow-up. So that's that. And like I said, I've not seen any further update in regards to that investigation by the Nigerian police and Nigerian Lagos state government. I've not seen any further details about that. I'm just seeing if there's anything else. Autopsy, yes, they say the autopsy, but I've not seen anything to say what the outcome of the autopsy was. And I'm sure I saw a post that says that the person that gave the medication is not qualified. Okay, so this post here says the story went viral, and what happened? December 24, twins received routine immunization. Hours later, they became very weak, couldn't eat or play. Parents followed the nurse advice, paracetamol, bathing them to reduce fever. December 25, both babies reportedly passed away the same morning. So the serious allegations that the father is claiming the vaccines may have been expired, fake or overdose, is a possibility. But that is what this man, the father of the twin, was alleging. That what could have led to the death of this kid? Could it be because the immunization they were given is expired, or is it fake or overdose? And then he continued. These are what the man is claiming or is alleging. He alleged that a different nurse, not their regular one, administered the injection. So, what is the qualification of this nurse? Is she ready? Is she qualified? Does she have the experience of administering medication? So he is alleging that the regular nurse they normally see was not the one who gave the immunization. So he continued. The babies were given the deworming tablet without his consent. See, that's why as parents as well, when you take your kids to hospital, before anything is being given to them, you need to ask what is it that they are giving. If you have gone there for polio immunization, don't let them give your babies anything else that you've not spoken to them about. So he is saying here that they also gave them deworming medication. Who knows? Maybe there's contraindication with the immunization that we're supposed to get and the deworming medication. Who knows? Maybe the immunization they were given cannot be given at the same time as the deworming medication. Could this be a case of the contraindications between two medications? So again, you could have asked them, what is the second medication you are giving my kids? That was not what we came here for. So these were things he's alleging. The babies were given the deworming tablets without his consent. He also continued, the health center later blamed food bacteria, which he strongly rejects. His cry, in quote, "My children were healthy. We went for immunization and came back with death. I want justice." He also went on fear of cover-up. He also expressed concern that the autopsy from the government facility may be manipulated. Lobaton, see the father himself don't even trust the intervention of the Lagos State government. Do I blame him? No. So that's about that case there. And here we are. Somebody is telling me that some bloggers are being paid at times to say bad things about Nigeria. Like I said, Nigeria is a film show on its own. Nobody needs to blame. Nobody needs to pay anybody to tell exactly what happened in Nigeria. Another example before I go, the case of the accident that took the life of Anthony Joshua's friend. Lagos Ibadan Expressway, as several accidents has happened there. several accidents has happened, that I'm sure there are victims and there are suspects. How many of the people that died today did the Nigerian police or the Nigerian government come out to say, oh, we are sorry this happened? Or how many of those families did the Lagos state government or the Nigerian government or the president of Nigeria consolidate them for the fact that they lost their family on Lagos Ibadan Expressway? So, that accident happened, and this is not me. I'm sorry, this is not me being insensitive here. May the souls of those two guys who died, may their soul rest in perfect peace. I'm not saying that their death is not meaningful. Their death made sense. I know it could have been prevented, okay? But now I'm saying that same road, the same issues that could have led to what led to the accident of his friends, has been happening on that road. My uncle's wife died on that Lagos Ibadan Expressway due to an accident, and due to the fact that no emergency, no ambulance, no nothing, and the road structure is in shambles. Because tell me, for an example, an accident happened there. There's gridlock everywhere. Tell me how emergency motor want to reach that accident venue or the accident scene. Tell me how paramedic motor want to reach there to give first aid to whoever. Here in the UK, if an accident happened, it's a paramedic that will first of all be there, like in a private car, which will be marked ambulance. That will be the first person to arrive to start with whatever first aid he could give to person on the road, and then A&E ambulances, whatever, will join them. But there's none. Look at the road structure of that Lagos Ibadan Expressway, because if anything small accident happen like this, there's gridlock. No motor is moving, no motor is coming in. Tell me how, even if we have the facility of emergency accident crew coming to the accident scene, how will they even get there? Except maybe they carry helicopter come, but then where will the helicopter land? So now that accident happened, the driver who has been driving Anthony Joshua for 3 years, according to Anthony Joshua's family, they are now using this guy as a scapegoat. They are using this guy as a scapegoat. Is in court. They said at some point it was over speeding, and then again they said the driver did not have a legible or a valid driver's license. He's been driving Anthony Joshua for 3 years. So whoever got it for Anthony Joshua to drive Anthony Joshua did not know that he does not have a valid driver's license. You know what? There's a lot, but in essence, a lot has been happening. People have been dying. So many things have been the cause of accident on Lagos Ibadan Expressway. Yet the government deemed fit to do anything about it. People that have died, who the cause of the accident was due to somebody else's reckless driving, or for some reason they've not arrested those people. But in Anthony Joshua's case, they did selective justice, selective care, that we care about Anthony Joshua. And I think and I believe why they are taking this Anthony Joshua's case seriously is because Anthony Joshua is known internationally. Chimamanda is known internationally. So because these people are known internationally, that is why our freaking lazy ass government is making it look as if they care about Nigerians, but they don't. This is selective care. Anthony Joshua is a British, he has a Nigerian roots. He's known everywhere in the world. So yes, they have to step up in regards to his case. Chimamanda, she can ruin the entire government with her pen because she's a writer and she's known everywhere in the world. Hence why they stood up. But the anesthetist is going to be this. The hospital is going to be this. Average Nigerian, medical negligence is happening to them. How many of those cases has the Lagos State government come out to address? And I believe they are addressing this man whose twin sons died because it happened closer to the time that Chiamanda's son passed away. That is why they are looking at his case. On a normal day, if Chiamanda's case did not happen, trust me, this guy would just be rambling everywhere. While this guy was also reporting his case, another family were reporting the case that their family, if a loved one went to an hospital for a surgery, they left a freaking scissors inside her. I work in theaters. We've had a case where a tool, one of the tools that they use in theater, was missing. So they were not sure if it's in the patient or not. Do you know what they did at that instant? They could not bring the patient out of theater. They had to bring an X-ray machine to X-ray the patient. Because yes, X-ray will pick up any metal thing, right? They had to bring an X-ray in. They didn't wake the patient up because they need to figure out where that tool. I don't know if it was a scissors or a scalpel. I'm not sure what tool it was, but normally during a surgery, they will count all the tools. They are all laid out on a table in theater. They will count all the tools before they start. And after surgery, they will count it again to make sure if it was 73 tools. After surgery, before the patient comes out, they will count again to be sure that it is 73 that is there. If anything is missing, that patient is not coming out of theater, because there's a possibility that it's been left in the patient or it's been misplaced. So they will bring in an X-ray to X-ray the patient to figure out where it is. If that missing tool is not found, that patient is not coming out of theater. So you can imagine, in a case like this in Nigeria, someone went in for surgery, they left a freaking scissors inside her. And what happened? She died. In the process, they found the scissors inside her. So is it that when they were doing their surgery, they no count the items they used to do surgery? The person will be the scrub nurse did not count. My scissors is missing. Oh, there was 4 scissors here. Oh, I am missing 1. Is it that they don't count their tools? They closed the patient up, brought her out. They did not count their tools after surgery. Like I said, Nigeria is a history book or a documentary book on its own. Nobody needs to be paid to know exactly what is going on in Nigeria. And those of you who have the opinion that some bloggers are being paid, you need a brain surgery. You need a brain surgery. The more they try to suppress people's opinion, the more they try to suppress the media's thoughts, it goes to show that this government, Nigerian government, do not care about every single Nigerian in that country. They don't care, because as a government, you work for the people. You work for the people, not the other way around. And now, even ordinary citizens who get money because they got money small, because they hold honorary position or they hold honorary role in Nigeria, and they are now using police to suppress people. Like Nigeria, we are not ready. Anyway, guys, I'm going to round up this video right now. Thanks so much, each and every one of you that have come in here. And like I said, to those of you who think that bloggers are being paid, I don't have any affiliate with anybody in government in Nigeria. Nobody has paid me anything. Like I said, I am Nigerian, born and bred. I see everything that happens in Nigeria every day. So nobody needs to come here and give me the story of Nigeria, because I see it. And I was, like I said earlier, I was in Nigeria last year, October. Nigerian police begging us for money. They stop you for no reason. There's nothing wrong with the car. My sister was not speeding. They stop you and they're asking you, what do you have? Because I had my camera on, I had my Ray-Ban Meta glasses on. And I said, Oga Police, can you tell us why you stop us? The stupid one was already cocking his gun. And I was like, that gun, you tell me why you are cocking that gun. Because you need to tell me in the first place why you stopped this car. When the stupid ass police realized I was recording, carry your wallet, they go. That was what he told my sister. I needed him to explain why he stopped her in the first place. Also, on the morning of my sister's wedding, 5:30 a.m., I was going from my hotel to go and get my hair and makeup done. Olopa stopped us again. Very early in the morning, 5:30. And what did he ask my sister? Madam, what do you have for the boys? How can a freaking police officer be stopping you to ask for money? Do they not get paid salary? And like I said, if you know the police job is not paying you, go and freaking do transportation job. There's money in transportation job. Do you know how much it is to take a taxi from Lagos to Ibadan? It is 7,000 naira. And if there's 7 passengers in your car, times 7 times 7, do you know how much that is? Ibadan will take you 2 hours to get to Ibadan. And you can always take passengers from Ibadan to Lagos. Do that trip. Do maybe 5 of that trip a day. Do you know how much that will make you? So if policing job if being a police officer in Nigeria is not paying you, get freaking out of that job and go and do proper job and stop tasking people. Does he know if my sister don't collect salary for work or not? He stopped her saying that. I was in the car, and that morning I was still tired because I've been running errands for my son who was getting married. I didn't even bother to pop my glasses on because a day again I was like, very early in the morning, why do you want to put on a dark shade? So they will also, I don't want to put unnecessary attention on myself, because they see you with a dark shade very early that morning time. They'll be like, oh, these people, they are suspicious. So I didn't even bother putting on my metal glasses on. The freaking police officer was asking my sister, Madam, what do you have for the boys for weekend? I was like, My sister already told me that because after that first time when the police officer stopped them, my sister was like, Auntie Dupe, please, anytime I'm having a rapport with the police, when they stop me, don't interfere. But me, from where I've spent 19 years of my life in diaspora, I know those things are wrong. I know a police officer stopping you to ask for money is absolutely wrong. So when she told me, I was just like, you know what? For the fact that I was tired, I was just listening to what was going on. I was not even giving it, because you could see obviously my expression. The police officer asked my sister, what do you have for the boys for weekend? 5:30 in the morning. My sister said, oh, I don't have cash. The Olopa gave my sister account number for her to transfer money. The police officer gave my sister account number for her to transfer money. And my sister confirmed the account saying, is it Idowu? The officer said yes. And she said she's transferred money. I said to myself, why did you give him money? She was like, oh, leave me alone, Jerry. Leave me alone again. Leave me alone, Jerry. Like, to what end? Begging. You wonder why I Show Speed, who came to Nigeria, was like, why is there a lot of begging in Nigeria? Why is there a lot of begging? Everywhere you turn, people are begging. Olopa are begging. Same thing again. I went to visit my parents in Ikorodu. We were trying to go in through, what's that polytechnic that is in Ikorodu? We were trying to go through that route so that we will avoid all the bad roads. And one security officer that is meant to be looking at the gates. So apparently a truck drove in ahead of us. And we were driving behind that truck to get in. Again, the security officer stopped my staff. For what? Money. And I was like, why are you stopping us? You did not stop the Molue that was in front of us that drove in. You did not stop the truck that was carrying sand that was in front of us. Why are you stopping us? Yes, I know. What they stopped us for was for money. And this one, we carry go like, but that was going on. I'm like, I was just asking your colleague why you stopped us. This is that. I'm like, come. For the fact that you did not, it was like, okay, there's no need to argue. Do you have a child or do you have a family in this school? I said no. And we're like, well, because of that, you can't take this shortcut. I'm like, did the truck where they carry sand for front have children in this school? Did you stop him to collect money? Why did they stop us? They wanted money. So he wanted to bill us for trying to take the shortcut of that school to where we are going. And yes, other cars were driving through that route. He stopped them. Yes, to do what? He stopped them and they gave him money. I was not willing to allow myself giving money. And I said to myself, if you freaking give these goddamn people money, I will step out of this car and like you will take me. And this was the day I was due to fly back to the UK. They were stopping us because I can't remember the name of that polytechnic. It's in Ikorodu. You can drive through that polytechnic to avoid all the bad roads in that area. You're stopping us to collect money. You are a goddamn security at the gates. And it was like this. I said to myself, come boy, you're not going to give these people. And the man was like, he was eating the body of the motor of the car. You're not going to drive through it. I'm like, come. The motorway and the truck that just passed now, did you stop them? Did they tell you that they have children in this polytechnic? Did they tell you? Because you are telling us that, oh, do we have people that we are coming to see here? And I was looking at him that, come, if I want to use my own say I sabi person for that school, he will lose his job that day. But I said to my sister, you know what? I will not allow you give this stupid man or these stupid people money. And if you decide that you want to drive through this shortcut, I'm getting out of your car. And yes, my sister was like, oh, and I said, well, let me give this. I said, come, you give them money. You are not taking me to my next location. I stepped out of my sister's car. And yes, she did not drive me back to my hotel. She was frantically calling me. I did not take her call because I was like, no, they're asking you for money. You're giving them money. That is you. You giving them money. You're saying that it's okay for them to ask you for money. And then some of you will be complaining, this is that. How do you want us to get better? Like I said, if the job is not fulfilling for you, get the hell out of that job and find a better paying job. Olopa will stop you asking for money. Even though when they realize that your papers are complete, they will ask you for money. For what? For what? Olomo Babatunde, you can get me on my Instagram handle. My Instagram handle is the same handle of my YouTube channel. You can find me on Instagram, thatmomo5. Yes, you can DM me on my Instagram. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go. I only want to be here for an hour. With all that I've said, it's only we Nigerians that can help ourselves. Nobody else will help us. And if you think, yes, with the way they are running Nigeria, if police stop you, even though they have no reason to stop you, they're asking you for money, keep giving them money, because at the end of the day, Nigeria's just going to keep getting like bad. You blame Trump for calling Nigeria a shithole, and then the Nigerian youth that are meant to be like, calling out the government, they are busy chasing unnecessary things that does not even add meaning to their lives. One stupid one will call on social media, go and take down that person's page, and go and do it. All of them will run there, but their government are freaking they are doing shitty things. Your government are doing shitty things. It's not of you to be calling them out. No, but you are all camping under this Instagram page of a known entity. And he's directing you, telling you where to go. One day it could be Molue, be Malu. Nigeria is on a long thing. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go. Have an amazing day. And if you watch the video back, leave your thoughts and opinion as always. And like I said, I might maybe run another live stream in about 4 hours, maybe about 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. And this is about Mercy Johnson. Obviously, she and her husband using police no, to do their dirty games allegedly, because yes, she's now done another thing again. We're going to deal with that case about 3 o'clock. I'm going to set that live stream up after this one, and I'll see you guys later. Okay, thank you so much, and have an amazing Thursday wherever you are. Bye.